The Bible says, be not equally yoked with the unbelievers. My daughter, why would you choose an unbeliever as your husband? You want to disgrace my ministry and the church? I will disown you.
But I love him, Father, and love conquers everything.
Are there no Christian brothers in the church?
As long as I remain your father, you will never marry that girl. You can marry as much wives you want, but never that girl.
If you prove stubborn, my heart belongs to Chisom. You can't choose for me, Father.
Then I disown you as my son from today.
Nobody can choose who I love for me. I am sorry to disappoint you.
Have you ever loved someone so much that you were willing to lose everything for them? Your family, your identity, even yourself. This is the story of a woman who did exactly that. And a man who didn't realize what he had until he lost all of it. Stay with me because this story doesn't end that way. It started in a lecture hall at the University of Lagos. Nothing dramatic, no music, no signs, just two people who couldn't stop looking at each other. Aminu, a disciplined, focused, raised in a strict Muslim home, and Chisom, soft-spoken, raised by a fiery Christian pastor. On paper, they should never have worked, but love doesn't read papers. It started small, a borrowed pen, a shared textbook, late-night study that turned into long conversations, until one evening, under a mango tree, Aminu said something he had never said before. I feel at peace with you. And just like that, everything changed. But here's the thing about peaceful beginnings. They rarely stay that way. At school, they were safe. No parents, no pressure, just them. But the moment Aminu mentioned her at home, everything exploded. Father didn't shout. He didn't need to. He just said, a Christian girl? Never. That one word carried more weight than anger. Meanwhile, in Enugu, Chisom's father went the opposite direction. Loud, furious, unshakable. No daughter of mine will marry a Muslim. And just like that, love became a battlefield. And what happened next is where most people would have walked away. But they didn't. They held on through silence, through threats from families, through pressure from both sides, until reality hit other than anything else. They graduated. No more hiding. No more, we will figure it out later. And then, something happened that forced their hand. Chisom got pregnant. Now, everything was real. Not just love. There's consequences, there's fear, and a choice.
Come, sit with me.
And when she told Aminu, he didn't run, he did not disappear. He held her hand and said, we will face this together. This sounded like strength, right? But sometimes, the decisions we call brave are the ones that cost us the most.
Come,
because
sit
what
with
they
me.
did next changed the course of their lives
I'm
forever.
here for you.
They ran. No goodbyes, no blessings, no support, just 2 bags and hope. They moved far away to Port Harcourt. 1 room,
Chisom, the
leaking
rain is getting
roof,
worse.
shared bathroom, no safety net,
so tired,
and for
but
a
we must
while,
keep going.
that was enough
Rest a bit,
because
I'll
they
handle
had
this.
each other.
Thank you, Chisom.
But love alone wasn't enough. Love doesn't pay rent. Soon enough, the baby came. Bills came. Stress came. Sleep disappeared. Patience disappeared. And slowly, Aminu began to change. Not all at once. That's the dangerous part. It started small. He started complaining. Dress differently. Cover your hair. Stop wearing that cross. At first, it sounded like suggestions. Then it became expectations. Then rules. And what Chisom did next is something many people watching right now might recognize. She adjusted. She compromised. She silenced herself. She wore the hijab. She hid the cross. Not because she believed, but because she had nowhere else to go. No family, no backup, no voice. And the more she gave up, the
Why am I
less
so
of herself
alone?
remained. He was wicked to
one
the
is here
point
for
that
me.
he cared less
I
about
miss
her
you so
feelings,
much.
about her health. She
Get
was
away
in
from my
labor,
wife!
in
Sir,
pains.
please! She
She
needs
was
help! I
screaming.
said stay
A
back!
doctor
Don't touch
rushed
her!
in to help.
It hurts so
and
much.
Aminu stepped
I warned
in
you!
front
Back
of
off
him.
now!
Tunde,
No
please.
man will touch my wife. Time was passing. Pain was rising. Danger was real, but it didn't move. And for 40 minutes, she suffered, waiting because of a decision he believed was right. Imagine reaching for help, and the person you love stands in the way.
Shh, my love.
After that night,
It's okay,
something
Chisom is
inside her
here.
shifted.
Shh,
Not
rest now, my
loudly,
baby.
not dramatically, quietly, like a crack in glass. Still there, but no longer whole. And there came the next blow. Then one day, Aminu walked in nonchalantly and said, I am marrying another wife. No apology, no hesitation, just facts. That night, Chisom called her mother. As soon as she heard her voice, she hanged up. She understood something finally. She was alone. Alone completely. More wives came. The second, the third, the fourth. Aminu became a man she barely recognized. He became absent. He became distant, unreachable. And Chisom, she stayed for the children, for survivor, for lack of options. But rock bottom does something powerful. It forces a decision. Stay broken or rebuild. She started small, cooking, selling food, saving every penny. No noise, no announcement, just work, day after day, until slowly things changed. More customers came, more income, more confidence, and something even more important, she found herself again. She moved out, built a business, raised her children, sent them to school, and began speaking to other women. Not from anger, but from truth. Know who you are before you give yourself away. While she was rising, Aminu was falling. Businesses failed, wives left, money disappeared, and eventually, so did his strength. Stroke came in. Sudden, unforgiving. Now the man who controlled everything couldn't control his body. He called his children. One didn't answer. The other one kept her distance. Only one came. Daniel, the youngest. He sat beside his father and said nothing, because sometimes silence says everything. And now there's an old man in Lagos sitting outside, waiting, thinking, remembering one moment over and over again. A hospital room, a hand reaching out, and the moment he didn't take it. If he could go back, he said it would change everything. But life doesn't give refunds, only consequences. So if you take anything from this story, let it be this. Love is powerful, but love without respect, without wisdom, without understanding, will cost you more than you think. If the story stayed with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, never lose yourself trying to keep someone else. Please like, share, and subscribe